News, traffic, sports, and morning show funnies. The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
So I don't know if you guys heard this recently, but apparently a police officer was attacked by a gang of Chihuahuas. Apparently a gang of 5 Chihuahuas got out of a house and attacked a cop, and he had to go to the hospital for ankle bites. That's a true story. That's true. How did that happen? You're a cop. You got a gun. They're Chihuahuas. I love dogs. But if like a herd of rabid Chihuahuas is coming at me, I'm kicking Chihuahua ass. I'm kicking Chihuahua ass. Because that's how I roll. Would be kind of weird though when your partner shows up. Hey, I heard gunshots. What happened? What did you do? They were attacking me. That was attacking you? That? It's like, yeah, look at my ankles. These socks are ruined. I like dogs, though. Dogs are such smart animals. They're so intelligent because they mark their territory with urine. They pee on it. They think it's theirs. That's so smart. Imagine if people did that. The homeless would own everything.
Yeah, Paul told a funny story about dogs. Especially those little ankle biters, man. They're loud and they just think they're the top dog, you know? What's your deal?
Well, I had a small dog, and one day this big dog came in our yard. I mean, about 4 times the size of my dog, and my dog chased him out of the yard. My goodness, that little dog chased that big dog out of the yard. So I saw my vet one day. I said, "Tell me something. My little dog chased a big dog out. Why would he do that?" He said, the vet said, "Well, look at Paul." He said, dogs don't know how big they are. Dogs don't know how big they are.
So the Chihuahua don't know that he's a little small thing and the other dog is big?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. So there it is. Yeah. Dogs don't know how big.
So even though he's looking up at this dog, he just his mind don't think that I'm a little thing. I ain't got no business chasing this dog.
You're in my territory. I'm chasing your butt out of here.
And
that's
like
right.
he said, once the dog pees on something, he thinks it's his.
Humans did that.
Yeah, I know. That would
boy.
be crazy if humans did that. Paul, we found out all these dollar bill things here. Okay, now, so we know the dollar bill, George Washington's on that, and he's on the $quarter coin. President on the $2 bill is Thomas Jefferson. He's also on the nickel. Abraham Lincoln's on the 5. He's also on the penny. Now we've got Alexander Hamilton. He wasn't a president, but he's on the $10 bill. And the latest update as of April 2016, the U.S. Treasury announced the plan to put Harriet Tubman on the front of the $20 bill. Has that happened?
Not yet.
And president on the $20 bill right now, Andrew Jackson, he's also on the $1 coin. Oh, yeah? Oh, okay. All right, I haven't seen one of those in a while. President on the 50, who is it? Grant.
Ulysses. Huh?
Ulysses S. Grant. He's also on the 50-cent coin. I ain't seen one of those in a while either. Now, on the $100 bill, and that's why they call it the Benjamins.
The Benjamins.
Give me some Benjamins.
Mm-hmm.
How many Benjamins? You know, it's all about the Benjamins. He was not president, and he's on the $50 coin as well. Well, he was on that from 48 to 63. I've never seen a $500 bill. You?
No.
Well, it's there. William McKinney.
Used to be a $1,000 bill too, but a $1,000 bill. The longer you had, the more money you lost. Because if you invested that $1,000 bill, it'd be making some money for you. In other words, you invest a $1,000 bill, you get some payout.
Oh, okay.
If you just held it in your hand, you're losing money every day.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. William McKinley is also on the gold dollar coin.
I
don't know anything about that. Have you seen a $1,000 bill? You were talking about that.
I have not.
Grover Cleveland. I didn't even know they made this. I guess you could go to a bank and get a $1,000 bill. What would you want one for?
I don't know. I just can't imagine.
More expensive $1,000 bill, Grand Watermelon, sold at over $2.2 million at auction. What? There is a $5,000 bill. James Madison is on that one. He's also on the $1 coin. A $10,000 bill, Paul?
You wait until you see the bill they're going to put Trump on. You just wait.
$10,000 bill, Salmon P. Chase. He was not a president. There is a $100,000 bill. Woodrow Wilson is on that. And the picture that they have on the $1 million bill, Donald Trump. Well, no, but come on, it makes sense.
Soon, yeah.
Who's on that? It's not. Oh, it's only the $1 million bill. does not exist, only promotional. And I think Cliff had one of those.
I think he did. Yeah, he
I
passed
remember.
that around,
Wait a minute.
yeah.
I must have said something wrong here because I got all these calls going.
Here we go.
Let's
Yeah.
go to the phone. Good morning. You on the radio?
Yeah, I was in a store not too long ago, and when they gave me the change back, the dollar bills, I went through them because I like to organize them. And my gosh, there was a $1 bill with a Santa Claus on it.
Well, you
that
know,
little
I've
tape
seen
deal,
that
yeah.
one. No. Some of them, they're not taped. They've got them printed. Some of them printed that way. I've seen them. And it's spin. Now, you can spin that. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a real bill.
Absolutely.
I think you
yeah.
can peel. I think, ma'am, you could have peeled that little face off.
I've seen them where they're actually printed. The Santa Claus is actually
No,
printed on
it's
there.
printed on there. You can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Really?
It's actually printed on the bill. There's no peeling nothing off. Yeah. Very good. To keep that might be worth some money. You might next time you get one of those, keep
I
it.
better hang on to it.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Yeah, Paul, I've seen those myself. The Santa Claus instead of George Washington. Good morning. You're on the radio. Hey there.
Hey, G. You mentioned some obscure people on the coins, but I haven't heard you mention Sacagawea, Susan B. Anthony.
$2 coin. Yeah. There's a $2 coin, right?
Well, the reason they didn't mention those because we're dealing with bills, and the bills they did this thing on bills, and if that person is on a coin as well, then we mentioned it. That's why the Susan B. Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she's not on an actual bill.
Well, the $2 bill, isn't that Hamilton?
That's Thomas Jefferson.
Jefferson's on the $2 bill. Okay.
What is there, an echo in here?
Hey, I had a $500 bill one time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Why?
So I got I had to get my car repaired.
A bill.
Okay, I know.
Invoice.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Nice one. It's too early for that kind of stuff,
Wah,
Chuck.
wah, wah, wah. He's funny. But yeah, there you go, man. So all the different, and just in case you didn't know, because we were a little bit confused this morning at who was on the one, and you see a one all the time, and you just take it for granted.
Just put
I mean,
it
it's
up.
George, our boy.
That's right.
I mean, he never told a lie, right? He is the one that never told a lie.
He chopped down that tree, didn't he?
Yeah, so he lied.
Good morning, folks. It's 8:17, 67 degrees right now. It's time for the news from 1590 WPSL, the talk of the Treasure Coast. Checking your traffic right now. The vehicle crash happened at about 45 minutes ago. It happened at Florida Turnpike southbound. Exit ramp at mile marker 133 near Palm City.
You know, I've got to comment on the story about the Amazon and the packages left at your door and all that. And I've done some shopping where I've ordered from Sears, say, and even Walmart. They've got these apps now that you order it and have it shipped to the store. There's no charge for shipping or any of that. And when it gets to the store, the app will alert you that it's here. Come pick it up. You can respond to the app through the app, letting them know you're in the parking lot. I am in the parking lot. They will bring the item out to you. You don't even have to get out of your car.
Have you done that?
Yeah, but it didn't work. And I'm like, the thought of it made so much sense to me. I'm like, I like this, how convenient. It didn't work. I'm sitting there forever, and I finally get out of my car, and I go into Sears. I'm like, you know, the app, I just told y'all I'm out here. That's not working right now. Well, thank you.
Well, the whole idea by shopping online is you don't have to go anywhere.
Well, I know.
Bring it to your door. Now, if you're home all day, it's a different deal.
It is.
But if you're not,
and my guy, I get equipment delivered to me. My guy will leave it there. I'll come home and there's a speaker on the front. You know, but it's a safe neighborhood. But like they're saying, the report, it might not be safe. I mean, it's that time of year when people are just like, oh wow, he gets a lot of packages. Let's just hang out and wait for the UPS guy to leave and just take it.
Well, somebody will get shot one of these days, and then maybe it'll slow down.
I can't wait to see the drone though. I want to sit there and sit in my chair on the porch and watch one of these Amazon drones come out of the sky, release this package on my front door, and then fly off. That's some George Jetson stuff.
That hasn't happened yet, though. I don't think. They're thinking about doing it. I'm trying to wonder. Now, your porch is usually inset a little bit. How that drone going to come down and get low enough? I don't know.
But I'm sure they're only going to deliver certain size packages. They ain't going to be flying with this huge box underneath of it. A person's looking up in the sky and you see the Amazon smile on the side of the box. But it's coming very soon to a doorstep near you.
You're hearing the morning show, Talk of the Treasure Coast, 1590 WPSL. Going to have the time of your life, I promise.
So they're interviewing Macy on CBS this morning. What's his first name?
William
Macy, the guy on Shameless, who plays, what his character
Frank.
is just,
Yeah.
If you've never watched Shameless, you watch it on Netflix? No.
It's
Showtime.
Showtime, right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, his character, he is, and the thing about it is there's weeks where you can't stand him.
Yeah.
You end up hating him, really, and you don't even know him. And then the next week he does something that makes you forgive him and like, oh, he's not a bad guy after all. But he really is.
Oh, his family.
He's a bad guy.
Brother.
Him and his family. Oh, my goodness. What a show. Shameless, folks.
It's so funny.
It comes
it's
on
his
Sunday nights.
third or fourth year now, I guess. It's really funny.
And now the daughter just bought a laundromat that's really not worth buying.
Oh, boy.
All the machines are messed up and the gas is leaking. And
A little house in Chicago.
it's not in Minneapolis?
No, it's not.
It's not in Minnesota?
No. I heard I heard they're thinking about changing it.
Hey, it's the morning show on 1590 WPSL. It's the talk of the Treasure Coast, man.
That's Hillary's guy.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's Billy, isn't it? Yeah.
You know, this study is telling you the best way to keep your vices from killing you is to get more vices.
Oh, really?
This study out of the American Journal of Medicine, they found that you can reduce some of the damage you do to your body with smoking if you drink red wine first.
Really?
Smoking isn't as bad for you if you're drunk.
What?
The researchers found that the compounds in red wine can protect your blood vessels from the short-term damage they get from cigarettes.
Really?
Now, of course, any study like this comes with a ton of warnings, and the big one is this will work for someone who smokes occasionally but not a heavy smoker. Also, smoking does damage in other ways, so this isn't a license to go wild with it. But if you're one of those people who smokes a few cigarettes here and there, it'd be a really good idea to pound red wine before you do it. You're welcome.
What's next?
Back in the day, Paul.
Okay, G.
Wow.
Back in the day. 82 years ago in 1934, Lyndon Baines Johnson married Claudia Alta Taylor, known as Lady Bird.
Lady Bird Johnson.
She was that was a childhood nickname. LBJ once said, I've learned only two things are necessary to keep your wife happy. First, let her think she's having her own way. And second, let her have it.
Yeah, simple as that. Done deal.
Yeah, that's it. 48 years ago, and gee, you maybe remember this. I mean, I was very upset when I watched this. 1968, NBC outraged football fans by cutting away from the final minutes of a New York Jets-Oakland Raiders game to begin a very special presentation of Heidi.
Oh, you're kidding me.
The fans missed seeing the Raiders come from behind and score 14 points in the final 65 seconds to beat the Jets 43-32.
You mean there was a network obligation that was more important than the football game?
That's right. Heidi was important.
Wow.
Fans went crazy. A lot of folks remember that. I sure do. 43 years ago, in 1973, Richard Nixon denied any wrongdoing in the Watergate scandal, saying in a speech at Disney World, quote, "People have got to know whether or not their president is a crook. Well, I am not a crook.
Sock it to me.
Sock it to me.
Sock it to me.
39 years ago, in 1977, Wynne Roberts of England began playing the drums and continued for 584 hours over 23 days.
1590 WPSL. Thanksgiving dinner in 2016. I don't know where they came up with these figures, Paul. It's going to cost less than $5 per person. You know what I'm thinking? That's probably because people are using canned cranberry sauce.
Well, probably. Yeah.
I mean, they're making their own can of cranberry sauce. It ain't going to come. Here's the story. The American Farm Bureau Federation, they always release a study around this time of year when they calculate how much it should cost to serve Thanksgiving dinner. The results always, they seem very low this year with no exception. In fact, the price is down from last year. According to the study, it should only cost $49.87 to serve Thanksgiving dinner for 10 people next week.
Wow.
Or less than $5 a person.
Okay, that's pretty reasonable.
That's down 1% from last year. Now, this includes, here we go, Paul. It includes a 16-pound turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, rolls, peas, cranberries. Now, they're saying cranberries.
Yeah.
They didn't say cranberry sauce.
Oh, no, cranberry. What? Cranberries are sauce. What do you mean talking about? You're talking about the gelatin? The stuff you in the tube you cut in slices?
Yeah, cranberry sauce.
Well, yeah, in the tube.
Carrots and celery. What, do you eat Spam?
I do.
All right, then. What's worse than that?
Well, I fry it up, though. Fry it real good.
Carrots and celery, pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Yeah.
Not Cool Whip. Whipped cream.
We make our own whipped cream.
Oh, he makes his own whipped cream,
But
too, folks.
you have to buy the whipped cream, and you stir it up good,
Yeah.
a little vanilla. Oh, yeah.
Coffee and milk. And we'll get more inside
Who
the
eats
story.
peas with their...
Somebody. We're WPS Sports St. Louis.
The Morning Show with Mr. G and Paul Stone. The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
You better believe it. 8:11 now. 5 tips for hosting a stress-free Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And one of them is not to buy canned cranberry sauce. But before we get inside this, ladies and gentlemen,
Cooking with Walter. Baking for the holidays. First of all, you're going to need 1
Paul's
cup
laughing
of water,
already.
a single teaspoon of baking soda, a cup of sugar, teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of brown sugar, lemon juice, 4 large eggs, nuts, 1 bottle of vodka, 2 cups of dried fruit. First, I'd like you to sample the vodka like I do. Check its quality. Take a large bowl, check the vodka again, pour 1 level cup, and drink. Baking with Walter.
yeah, baby.
Going to have the time of your life,
Got that
I
right.
promise. Repeat that step. Then turn on the electric mixer. Beat 1 cup of butter in a large, fluffy bowl. Add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Beat again. At this point, it's best to make sure the vodka is still okay.
Oh, no.
Try another cup, just in case. Beat 2 legs and add to the bowl. Chuck in a cup of dried fruit and pick the fruit off the floor. Mix on the turner. If the fried root gets stuck in between the beaters, pry it loose with a driving screw. Sample the vodka, check its toxicity. Next, sift 2 cups of salt, something to give us. Check the vodka. Add 1 table. Turn the cake to 360 degrees and try not to fall over. Don't forget to beat off the turner. And finally, throw the bowl through the window and finish the vodka and lick the fat. This is Walter Concrete and Cooking with Peter.
And there you go.
Oh, boy.
I don't know how I even got through that.
Good old Walter. Good
You know, if
old
you're hosting Thanksgiving next week, top 5 tips to keep it as stress-free as possible. Go to the grocery store now. Don't be trying to wait till the last minute to try to get all the BOGOs and all that stuff. You know,
We've already got our turkey. It's all ready to go. Got to toss it in, cook it up. And
I'm going to do a honey baked ham.
oh, wow. I love that honey baked
Along
ham.
with the turkey.
Oh, it's great
Oh,
stuff.
that crust, the crispy honey hardness there. You said you like it. You fry yours
I fry
with
it.
for breakfast.
Yeah, because that sugar on the outside, it's just wonderful.
Go to the grocery store now. The closer it gets to Thanksgiving, the crazier the grocery store is going to be. So make a list this weekend and get the shopping done. Clean your kitchen. Good reason to clean your kitchen. Thanksgiving,
idea,
I guess.
for sure.
It'll be easier to keep everything organized if you start out with a clean kitchen, and this would be a good time to clean out and organize your fridge as well. Delegate. But everybody don't want everybody in their kitchen now. I mean, does your wife want somebody in her kitchen when she's doing this stuff?
Go away.
Even the daughter. She's
She
like,
tells-
go, just go, get.
She tells me, go drink the vodka and shut up.
That's right. It's okay to ask for help and delegate responsibilities. It says, let's, like making the kids set the table or wash dishes and making guys peel potatoes while they watch football. Well, no, wait
That's
a minute.
right,
now.
football.
So you
The Vikings play.
And you be peeling potatoes while the Vikings are playing?
No. I'll probably cut my hand off
Yeah,
if I do
exactly.
that, yeah.
So the Vikings are playing on Christmas.
They
that's
are.
That's a tradition.
Yeah, they are. They're playing Thanksgiving, too.
Stick to the classics, it says here, Paul. You don't need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to dinner. Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce. Should keep everybody happy.
Tell me, G, when you're growing up, did you remember Thanksgiving being a great holiday growing up?
It was, to me, that is the holiday. Christmas is fine. I like
Yeah,
Christmas too. But to me, Thanksgiving is the holiday where the family gets together. Christmas is for the kids.
Yeah, it's all
to
about
me,
eating.
it seems like.
It's all about eating,
Oh,
too. isn't it?
yeah, and you eat and you eat and you
And-
eat and you
and
eat
you're
and you
tired.
eat and you eat.
You try and watch the game, but after the turkey, what's that stuff called again?
The kryptonite or some old thing, whatever they call it. Starts with a T.
It does.
Yeah.
Tryptophan.
That's it. If you want to try some new wines, a nice Chianti with some fava beans. You can. I mean, unusual side dish, great. If you did you guys always have the what's that? The what's it called? Casserole, string bean casserole.
Oh yes, with little
What
little
we put
nuts.
chips in it or
Yeah,
something?
Little chips and also almond shavings. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's,
does nothing for me. It's just okay. It's just like.
Wait, Thanksgiving is so unique because only eat those certain foods. For example, how often do you have cranberries outside of Thanksgiving?
Well, I buy this sliced ham thing that Publix sells. It's already sliced. It's a real ham. I mean, not ham, a turkey.
Okay.
And several times a year, I have turkey and cranberry sauce and stuff.
You do?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
because
good.
I like.
I do, too.
I don't know. I can't stand that wait once a year just to have that dish.
Yeah,
You know, I
exactly.
mean, I love that all year round. But if you want to add ham or a beef roast to the party, terrific. People have beef roast on Thanksgiving.
I guess you could.
People are expecting.
Hard to stuff it, though, G.
But people, when they come to your house, they're expecting the greatest hits: turkey, string beans,
Cranberries,
you know, the normal,
but-
everything that you have for Thanksgiving.
You have to have your pumpkin pie.
Don't like pumpkin pie.
Really?
Sweet potato pie.
Never had that.
Oh, love sweet
you
potato pie.
You bring some in after Thanksgiving.
And the crust has to be nice and dark brown, and then with some real whipped cream, not Cool Whip.
No, you got to make
no
it yourself.
stinking Cool Whip.
No.
No, I'm not making it myself. It's in the can.
Oh,
Y'all make everything over there, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
You make your own Cool Whip?
well,
I
no,
mean, whipped cream?
Whipped cream, absolutely. You go to the. It's called whipping cream. It's in a small little little container.
Well, it's already done. If it's whipping cream.
No. It's like cream, but you have to batter it up with.
You have to whip it.
Well, you whip it good. And you have to have a little vanilla, a little shake of vanilla in there. It's
What
wonderful.
vanilla's good.
Oh
I love
yeah,
that
it's good
vanilla
stuff.
extract.
Yeah, not much. It just doesn't take much. Yeah, I love
Boy,
it.
they make everything fresh at his house, man.
And we bring it all down to my son's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So and that's tradition. You always
Yeah,
bring your sons.
and my daughter-in-law will invite her parents, and and we'll have a good time.
Well, now
down
what
there.
happens? Whatever happened to the young people coming to you? You guys get on the road and go to the young people.
I guess things are changing.
Yeah,
Jay,
they have.
yeah.
Order in is number 5 as far as the 5 tips for hosting a
Ordering in.
stress-free. You don't want to be worrying about cooking and washing dishes the night before Thanksgiving. So order a pizza. Before the night before.
Okay.
Order a
sure.
pizza and relax before the. But Paul, I got to tell you, I've tried the Publix thing. They offer a dinner, whatever, and the little sides and everything. I've had a honey baked ham dinner that you can buy there without cooking yourself. It's not the same.
And there are people who actually go to restaurants for dinner.
Well, and
too.
that's not the same either because now there's no leftovers.
No, I can't do that.
I gotta have some leftovers.
We have turkey soup after that. We take the bones and make soup with noodles, and the turkey lasts for a while in our place. Plus, you got the dressing you have to have a little later on. Oh yeah, it's good.
But I gotta tell you now, I'm only good for 3 days.
Oh yeah, 3 days about it.
After 3 days, I ain't wanting no more leftover Thanksgiving. But that's the only drawback from going to a restaurant. You just don't have the leftovers.
Exactly right, Jay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good morning, folks. It's 8:18, 71 degrees now. It's time for the news. 1590 WPSL, the talk of the Treasure Coast, along with our news partners at CBS News Channel 12 and the Florida News Network. Well, Governor Rick Scott was in New York City Thursday for his first face-to-face meeting with Donald Trump since he won the election. A short time later, there were reports that Mitt Romney is being considered for Secretary of State. And that's a bit of a stunner because Romney trashed Trump during the campaign. But Scott says you have to set aside the rhetoric when you assemble your team. And former Secretary of State Melvin Laird is dead. The former Wisconsin congressman passed away at the age of 94 in Fort Myers, Florida. He served as Defense Secretary under President Nixon and was instrumental in overseeing the withdrawal of troops in Vietnam. Laird served in the Navy during World War II and received the Purple Heart. And travel experts say 1 million or more Americans will be traveling over the holiday weekend thanks to a boost in confidence in the consumer area. AAA predicts 5% increase in holiday during the traveling by Floridians, and a spokesman, Mark Jenkins, tells us that the Motor Club says 2.5 million of us will journey 50 miles or more from home during the holiday next week. AAA.com bookings show most popular destinations include Fort Lauderdale and, of course, Orlando. Speaking of Orlando, Walt Disney World is using 300 drones in a new Christmas light show. A dress rehearsal was held earlier this week, but Disney has not announced the dates for the show yet. It's believed to be the first time drones will be used in a performance of this magnitude. The show will take place at Disney Springs. Intel's drone weighs less than a volleyball, and they're equipped with 4 LED lights that can create over 4 billion color combinations. They can fly for 20 minutes and are allowed to fly as high as 400 feet.
Man, I got to get me some of them.
300 drones are controlled by just one computer. I bet you Cliff would like something like that. He's all over electronic goodies,
And here to tell you more about that is Hawk Levy at Treasure Coast Auction Gallery and All-American Auction House. Everybody wins. Talk to us, Hawk. Good morning, man.
Hey, good morning, Mr. G. Good morning, good morning. Oh, we're all set for the auction tonight. We actually have rearranged the facility. And those of you that haven't been in there, we've got, since we opened like 18 months ago, we have over 2,500 registered 2,500 registered bidders in there. And if you haven't been there, and you're looking for bargains, you're looking for everything from furniture to household goods, you got to come check it out. See, a lot of people come just for the fun of it. It's a blast. We have a lot of great items. We have bedroom sets, appliances, just a huge assortment of items. The auction runs from 6:30 until about 10 p.m. We usually have about 150 people show up, and you got to come check it out. It's a blast. Paintings, furniture, mirrors, just about anything you could think of, antiques, collectibles, a lot of great stuff. Have you've been to an auction before, right, Mr. G?
I have been to an auction, but now you're not that fast talking auctioneer, right?
Oh yeah, I'm one of them.
Oh, you're one of
talk
those?
Pretty fast.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we can talk fast.
We
You
need
want to
some.
hear? You got to come. People go to me all the time. Well, can you do it? Let me hear you. Let me hear you do it. I say, well, if you want to hear me do it, you got to come down to the auction.
I got to pay for it.
And just so you know, folks, it's at 8930 South U.S. Highway 1. It's right there on the corner of U.S. 1 and what's that, Village Green Drive.
Village Green Drive.
You can't
Yeah,
miss it.
right
The big
behind you.
sign right there, auction tonight. It says it right there.
Right. Now, I tell you what I want to talk about for a minute here is that we have also we have a huge facility, almost 9,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're doing now is we are licensing floor space in there to vendors. We've actually got quite a few contracts, and basically, if you've got a shop or a little booth in one of these other antique malls, we're doing it there. We'll be the only one, as far as I know, in Port St. Lucie. And it's going to be it's a great opportunity. We have a huge amount of traffic at the facility now, and people are coming in. We started licensing space there about 2 weeks ago, and we've got about a third of it filled. So if you have a booth that you want to move or something like that, you're unhappy with that, or you want to start a new one, come see us, and the rates start. They're very, very reasonable. It start at about $150 a month, and it's a very simple program. But if you have a lot of things you want to get rid of and sell, this is a way of setting up your own little shop. Basically, you're consigned under a Treasure Coast Auction Gallery, and by the way, the name of the store, which is under, of course, Treasure Coast Auction Gallery, is Treasure Hunters Gallery. So, and that's pretty much it. Come in and talk to me. We'll be there today, and if you want to talk to me before the auction tonight, it's the best time. And I will be there about an hour and a half before the auction. But come take a look. Come take a look at Treasure Hunters Gallery of vendors and Treasure Coast Auction Gallery. We're expanding already after 18 months.
All right, well, Hawk, thanks a lot for that, man. 772-359-1400. Treasure Coast Auction Gallery, an all-American auction house where everybody wins. The address, again, 8930 South US 1, which is US 1 and Village Green Drive. The auction kicks off tonight at 6:30. Let's talk sports with Paul Stone.
Okay, G. Well, Mike Trout of the L.A. Angels has been named the American League MVP. The announcement was made at MLB Network after voting from members of the Baseball Writers Association. Red Sox outfielder Mookie Betts finished second, and Houston Astros second baseman Jose Altuve was third. At just 25 years old, Trout is now in his second MVP award. He's the sixth player to ever win two MVPs before the age of 26. And in the NL, Chicago Cubs slugger Chris Bryant has been voted the NL MVP, capping off a stellar season with a 24-year-old. Bryant received almost all the 30 votes for the award. Washington Nationals second baseman Daniel Murphy was runner-up, and LA Dodgers shortstop Corey Seager was third after the vote. And the season appeared to be running crumbling after the eyes of Carolina Panthers with less than 3 minutes to go. Yeah, he did. He threw a nice pass, and the Carolina Panthers took it home last night. Brought me my first loss of the week.
Pitiful.
Yeah. In local sports last night, G. Well, tonight is the regional semifinals for the high school football. Martin County is on the road taking on district rival Viera. The Tigers will try to avenge a 55-24 loss from earlier this season. Both teams are 8-2 overall, but Viera is a defending state runner-up and are ranked 8th in Class 7A by the Associated Press. Treasure Coast is also on the road taking on Vero Beach. who are ranked third in Class 8A in the final AP poll. And last night, an exciting game up north a little bit where our good man Greg Wyatt was covering the scene for us. The Polk State Eagles gave the IRSC Pioneers all they could handle, pushing the Pioneers to overtime with IRSC, winning their sixth game 80-79. Willie Nunez led all scorers with 20. Sean Willett added 19, including 6 in overtime. The undefeated Pioneers return home Tuesday night. And this Saturday and Sunday, the Vero Beach will hold their 33rd annual Fall Boat Show at Riverside Park in Vero Beach. The hours are 10 to 5 p.m. Admission free and parking is free. And Saturdays, kids can fish free at the clinic presented by the Port St. Lucie Police Athletic League from 8 to 10 a.m. at the PAL Building, 2101 South Tiffany Avenue in Port St. Lucie, ages 6 to 14. This is where kids can learn the basics of bass fishing and the best techniques to use, how to tie a knot, and all the good things to catch those fish. A report released by Harvard University experts in medicine, law, and ethics say doctors who decide whether the NFL player is healthy enough to go on to the game shouldn't be paid by the teams. Well, details from CBS' Jim Taylor.
This Thanksgiving, your dinner guests will enjoy the pumpkin spice air freshener, the pumpkin spice potpourri in the bathroom, the pumpkin spice candles on the table, and now, thanks to Butterball, the pumpkin spice turkey. Through extensive experimentation in a secret lab in West Virginia, Butterball has managed to infuse live turkeys with the tantalizing aroma of pumpkin spice. The process involves a lot of hypodermic needles and some electrical shocks, but the less you know, the better. But we did manage to get a court order to kill that piece on 2020. Your kitchen will fill with that warm, inviting pumpkin spice aroma. The Butterball Pumpkin Spice Turkey. And coming soon, the pumpkin pie that tastes like turkey.
Oh my goodness.
News, traffic, sports, and morning show funnies. The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
Here's what people are talking about. I saw that Ted Cruz is actually being considered by Donald Trump to be Attorney General. So it'll be pretty awkward when he shows up on his first day of work and Trump goes, I said, Tom Cruise. He's the Top Gun. Yesterday, Vice President Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Mike Pence had lunch together. Pence said, I'm eager to discuss the issues facing our nation, while Biden said, if you tell the waiter it's your birthday, you get a free piece of cake. I do it almost every day. Some more news out of Washington. It was announced that President Obama's Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, resigned last night. Yeah. Well, actually, Obama just shut Clapper off by doing this. And then he was out. He was already in the car.
Yeah. Clap on.
Clap off.
Clap off.
I saw that the league is actually looking for ways to make watching football more fun, including fewer ad breaks and different stuff like that. That's not all they're doing. I mean, for instance, one extra point must be kicked by the stadium's drunkest fan. Do you know that? That's always good. Also, they're doing a new thing now. Referee mics must be auto-tuned. Listen.
Half the distance to the goal. First down, New England.
I think that could work.
I watch.
And finally, commentary is now provided by Morgan Freeman. Listen to this.
After a brief scuffle, the leader emerges from the flock. He struts back and forth, seeking a connection, but his attempt is doomed.
You see, I think it's going to work. I'm excited. I'm ready for next Thursday.
The morning show with G and Paul. We'll be back.
Good morning. It's 8:51. Time for the final newscast of the morning and of the week from WPSL 1590, the talk of the Treasure Coast. When Port St. Lucie animal control workers showed up for the work yesterday morning, they found that someone had flattened nearly every tire on almost all their trucks.
You're hearing the morning show, Talk of the Treasure Coast, 1590 WPSL.
Gonna have the time of your life.
Have the time of your life.
Back in the day, Paul.
Okay, gee, well, 709 years ago, way back when, William Tell, an incredible crossbow marksman, shot an apple off his son's head. Imprisoned for rebelling against the imperial rule, Tell escaped and killed the local governor, setting off the famous struggles for Swiss independence.
Violent dude, huh? Wait, you knew it. The writing was on the wall. He made his kid stand there with an apple on his head?
Incredible. That would be child abuse, I think.
Yeah, he'd have been in jail for that.
Yeah. 114 years ago in Brooklyn, a toy maker named Morris Michton created the first teddy bear. The toy got its name from an incident involving Teddy Roosevelt. He was on a hunting trip and had the opportunity to shoot a large female bear, but decided not to kill the beast when he spotted the cubs nearby. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and 88 years ago, U.S. animator UI Works was Mickey Mouse for the first time. He called the character Mortimer. Walt Disney's wife said, no, that's way too
Mortimer.
stuffy. Way too stuffy. She said,
Bartholomew.
She told Walt, change the name to Mickey Mouse. Therefore, it became Mickey Mouse.
That's a lot less stuffy for sure.
In 1966, U.S. Roman Catholic bishops did away with rule of eating meat on Fridays. Now they avoided meat on Friday. But I asked my grandmother, Grandma, all the people who ate meat on Fridays and went to hell for that, are they let out now? She said she wasn't sure. And gee, let's go back in the day with our good buddy Glenn Campbell. Unfortunately, Glenn's having some problems right now, but he was just the finest.
Well, I remember the Glenn Campbell. What was it? The Glenn Campbell Good
show.
Time Hour.
Yeah, he had a show, didn't he? On
And
TV?
he had. It was like one of those variety shows.
Yeah, I always liked Glenn.
By the time I get to Phoenix, Wichita lineman.
Oh
man,
Galveston.
General on my mind,
and
Southern Nights.
Mm-hmm,
there's a whole bunch of them, but here's the one we're doing today, Paul, because this one is just listen to that the guitar work on this, the violins, and they were calling this country. Don't do it for us, Paul.
Have a great weekend, G. You too, Cliff.
For WPSL Port St. Lucie, your CBS News is next, followed by Cliff and Swap Shop.